Jim Dine is an American artist born in 1935, generally defined to be a part of the pop art movement. Growing up in Cincinnati and Ohio, Dine first made an artistic impact in the late 50s with his Happenings works, created in conjunction with Claes Oldenburg and Alan Capro. Conceived as chaotic artistic expressions intended to contrast with the mood of then popular New York expressionists, the Happenings series made an immediate impact on the art world. Jim Dine's integral role in the pop art movement was confirmed in 1962, when, along with Roy Lichtenstein, Andy Warhol, and other pop artists, his work was included in the significant New Painting of Common Objects exhibition by Walter Hobbs. Considered the first major pop art exhibition, Dine's early work as a pop artist epitomized a time of social upheaval and revolution, and he revolutionized modern art. In this same time, a theme of Dine's artwork that is carried through to today, autobiographical objects, was first used. In Job Number 1, also from 1962, Dine incorporates a paint can, paintbrushes, a screwdriver, and a piece of plywood, creating his own form of pop art in the process. Dine's continuing artistic invention was challenged in 1966, as his works were rated in London and he was fined 20 guineas for indecency. Dine continued working in the UK until 1971, continuing to work on developing his art skills. In 1971, Dine moved back to the USA, and in this time he first began to explore two recurring artistic themes: bathrobes and hearts. In 1987, his works were published significantly for the first time in the volume Jim Dine, 1973-87, and shortly after his rise to national fame continued with an elevation to the prestigious National Academy of Design. Later taking an interest in the psychoanalysis of Carl Jung, Dine has continued to create a diverse and unique catalogue of interesting neo-Dadaist work to this day.
This painting, done by Dine in 1986, features two vibrant and colourful bathrobes which act as the subject of the work. Dine has used the techniques of colour lithographing, etching and soft ground etching to create this painting, which portrays Dine's own body image over a period of time, with perhaps him having lost some weight. Dine admitted this in an interview, stating that he is often dressed in a bathrobe, and that the laid-back 5 bathrobes represent accurately describes his own attitude on life and health. Dine has also added subtle artistic additions such as his own handprint and scrawled writing, which appear in seemingly haphazard positions on the canvas. These are added to help give the viewer an idea of the arduous process of creating an art piece. The laborious planning and then the execution of that planning is something Dine has obviously tried to include in this piece. Dine has also deliberately not painted over some areas of the canvas, which really helps the remaining colours come alive on the page. Overall, this is a fantastically captivating piece.
Analysis of the Black Heart by Jim Dine. The Black Heart is an artwork made by the American artist Jim Dine in 1984, printed as a black and white lithograph. In this work, Dine depicts a recurring theme of his, a heart. But whereas many of his other hearts represent jubilant happy themes, such as Two Hearts in the Forest, Dine's work here betrays a darker subject matter. This heart is alone, it is cracked and worn, exhausted and defeated, perhaps through a breakup, perhaps through a personal issue. We also see specks and outlines of white surrounding this heart. Could this be some light entering or merely a further representation of his broken state? Whereas Dine's bathrobe is an expression of his outward persona, perhaps the heart represents his inner character of the time. During the 1980s, Dine took an interest in the psychoanalysis of Carl Jung, and maybe he tried to incorporate some elements of this into his art. Dine's use of art elements on this work is remarkable. Using only one colour, limited depth, a simple heart shape and an almost wrinkled texture, symmetry of the heart is countersposed with the asymmetry of the marks around the image, and Dine's elements are simple yet expressive and his principles are similar. Dine uses an irregular rhythm to create a disconcerting image. Little gradation is used, with sudden contrast better expressing Dine's themes. While Dine aims to use movement to shift the viewer's eye down to the words along the bottom. Unclear, almost childish writing of the word heart. Dine uses this tired cliche of a broken heart to actively confront us with his own image of what a broken heart is. This artwork makes an immediate impact upon me and confronts me with its passionate and raw style. It stands out as an impactful work and creates contrast within Dine's catalogue and is thus successful. We were impressed by the diversity and personality of Dine's work. His direct and raw style, coupled with a curiosity in everyday objects and life, made this an engaging exhibition and better than certain past NGV paid exhibitions.